Most people don't fall in love. They fall into attachment, loneliness, attention, or the fear of being alone. And because of that, they confuse intensity with destiny. One text back changes their mood. One compliment creates obsession. One attractive face makes them ignore every warning sign God tried to show them. But real love was never supposed to feel like emotional chaos. And that's exactly why so many people keep getting hurt, because modern dating teaches people how to attract someone, but not how to discern someone. The Bible is not just a spiritual book, it is a relationship blueprint. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to use it, chapter by chapter, principle by principle, so you stop settling, stop chasing, and start attracting the love God actually designed for you. So today, I want to pull back the curtain on the principles most people skip, because once you see them, you cannot unsee them, and you will never approach relationships the same way again. Principle 1. Become before you attract. The first principle is the one people hate the most. Become before you attract. Look at Ruth chapter 2. Ruth wasn't out here looking for Boaz. She was out here being faithful. She was in the field. She was working. She was taking care of her mother-in-law. She was showing her character when she thought nobody important was watching. And Boaz noticed, not because she was strategically placing herself near him, but because the whole town was already talking about who she was. He literally says in verse 11, "All the city of my people doth know that thou art a virtuous woman." Her reputation preceded her. Her character opened a door that her looks never could have. So the question isn't, where do I find a good person? The question the Bible asks you is, have you become the person that a good person would find? Because the right person for you is also becoming who they're supposed to be. And God's timing puts two ready people together, not two desperate people who are settling because they're tired of waiting. Principle 2. Watch their fruit, not their feelings. The second principle is one that will save you years of heartbreak. Watch their fruit, not their feelings. Matthew 7:16 says, "By their fruits you will know them." Jesus was talking about false prophets, but this principle applies everywhere. How does this person treat people they don't need anything from? How do they handle conflict? Are they consistent, or are they only their best self when they're trying to impress you? See, feelings are easy to perform. Fruit takes time to grow. A lot of us get into relationships because someone made us feel amazing for 60 days, but feelings are not a covenant. Feelings are not character. Feelings are not fruit. Samson felt something for Delilah. Look how that ended. David felt something in a moment of weakness, and one look cost him years of pain. The Bible is not anti-love. It's anti-foolishness. It's constantly showing us the difference between a feeling and a foundation. So before you get serious with someone, give it enough time for the fruit to show. Time reveals everything the presentation conceals. Principle 3. Unequally yoked is real. 2 Corinthians 6:14. Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. People love to debate this verse. They say, but they're a good person. They say, love can change someone. They say, maybe I'm supposed to bring them to God. And I want to be careful here, because I'm not telling you what to do with your relationship, but I will say this. A yoke is a farming tool. It connects two animals to work together in the same direction. If you are going one direction in life, and the person you love is going another, no amount of love is going to make that feel okay, long term. You'll be pulling against each other every single day. Your values, your faith, your vision for the future, those things have to align. Not perfectly, but fundamentally. The Bible isn't saying that person isn't worthy of love. It's saying you can love someone deeply and still not be built to walk through life together. That's not rejection. That's wisdom. Principle 4. What real love actually does okay. Now, here's the part I actually love talking about, because 1 Corinthians 13 gets quoted constantly, but rarely in the way Paul actually meant it. This wasn't written as a wedding poem. Paul wrote this to a church that was fighting, a community in conflict, and he said, this is what love looks like in the middle of the mess. Love is patient, meaning real love doesn't pressure you. It doesn't rush you into decisions you're not ready for. Love is kind, active, not passive. It does something. Love is not easily provoked. It doesn't blow up over small things. It can handle tension without becoming dangerous. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. That last line, Endures all things. That doesn't mean endure abuse. Let me be clear. It means real love has staying power. It doesn't disappear when things get hard. It doesn't vanish when you're not performing at your best. So here's how you use this as a guide. When you're in or considering a relationship, run it through this chapter. Not as a checklist, as a mirror. Does this relationship make you more patient, more kind, or does it constantly bring out the worst in you? The right person doesn't complete you. They cultivate you. Principle 5. Prayer is part of the process. Here's something the church doesn't always say out loud, and I think it needs to be said. Praying for a spouse is not desperate. It is not impatient. It is literally biblical. In Genesis 24, Abraham's servant prays specifically, God, show me. Give me a sign. Let the right woman appear. And before he even finishes praying, Rebecca shows up. That's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. Philippians 4:6 says, Don't be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, make your requests known to God. Everything includes this. But here's where it gets personal. A lot of us are praying, but our prayers are vague. We're saying, God, send me someone without ever getting specific about what we're actually asking for. Without ever asking God to reveal what in us still needs to be healed before we can hold what we're asking for. Because what if the answer to your prayer isn't delayed? What if it's being prepared? What if God is working on both of you simultaneously, in completely different places, shaping you into people who can actually sustain what He's building? The Bible shows us over and over that God is not slow. He is strategic, so don't just pray for the person. Pray for the process. Pray for yourself in the waiting. Pray to become who that person deserves to find. That kind of prayer changes you, and changed people attract different outcomes. The real reason why you're still waiting. I want to close with something that might feel uncomfortable, but I think you need to hear it. Sometimes the reason God hasn't sent the right person yet isn't punishment, it's protection. He sees who you're still becoming, and He sees who they still need to become, and He loves you too much to send them before either of you is ready. The waiting isn't a mistake. The waiting is part of the preparation. Isaac waited. Jacob waited, and got it wrong the first time. Even in Song of Solomon, there's a line repeated 3 times. Do not awaken love before it pleases. 3 times. That wasn't an accident. God was underlining it. So here's what I want you to take from this video. Stop treating love like something you need to chase down. Start treating it like something you need to grow into. Read the chapters you skipped. Study the stories you overlooked. Because God already answered the prayer. You just have to stop scrolling long enough to read His response. If this hit different today, share it with one person who needed to hear it. This is God Made Easy, and I'll see you in the next one.